We're going to be talking about the long flu. That's the new name of the flu, and if it's worse than long COVID or long haulers. I want to explain all of that today on the show, what you can do about it, of course, and how to help others around you because they may not have access to the same information that you do as well. So if you haven't heard about long COVID before, I'm sure you have, but just a quick refresher on that is that what happens when you recover from COVID? Well, some people are still left with the aches and pains, the low energy, the low mood, shortness of breath, and overall, let's say flu-like symptoms. And they're suffering with that. It might even be lack of taste, lack of smell as well. That's certainly with a lot of people, burning tongue, burning toes or part of it too. And I'll explain that in just a second. Well, what they found, and specifically this season now, is that people are also suffering from long flu. Well, what are the symptoms of long flu? Very similar to that of long COVID. Low energy, overall inflammation, still flu-like symptoms even though you've recovered from the flu. Not necessarily the lack of smell, the lack of taste for the upper respiratory syndrome of a SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19. So why then are we looking at this long flu when we haven't necessarily talked about it before? Well, it is not very radically different than COVID-19. And that's what I want to share with you. Because COVID-19, long haulers or long COVID or long flu, and I'll link up the research for you, is what's called post-viral inflammatory syndrome. So I've talked about this on episode 2204, 2148, and episode 1776 of the podcast just about a year or two ago. So I'll link those up here today. You can find them all at stephencabral.com/2909. And what post-viral inflammatory syndrome is that inflammation left over in your body after it has already worked on ridding itself of a virus. Because we've seen this before. This isn't new, meaning long COVID is only new because it pertains to COVID. Long flu is only new because we're labeling that now in 2024 for the flu, for people that still don't feel well 12 months to 18 months later. So, has this existed before? The answer is yes. We've seen it in Lyme disease. We've seen it in herpes-based viruses. We've seen it in Epstein-Barr virus and many others. And what does it look like? The same exact symptoms as long COVID or long flu. And they are overall lethargy or fatigue, brain fog, low ambition and drive. We see it as the inflammation leading to the flu-like symptoms, the joint pain, the weakness overall, the inability to exercise, feeling exhausted after your exercise. This is not different than what we've seen in the past. So do not let the media let you think that this is something radically different. Now, it could come about from Lyme disease. It could come about from Epstein-Barr. It could come about from COVID. It could come about from the flu. But really what we're looking at is a bacteria, or in most cases, a virus that heightens the immune system. So what happens is our white blood cells get ramped up. And our white blood cells ramp up in order to be able to detect and then destroy the virus, to stop replication. But after that, what we've seen is that many people, especially those that have put on antibiotics, whether it's for Lyme or it's for even EBV, Epstein-Barr virus, even though you shouldn't really be on antibiotics for these things because they're viral based, what happens is it begins to weaken the mitochondria. Now, even if you're not on antibiotics, the mitochondria can still become weakened from the inflammation. Because when there's a large battle going on in your body between your innate immune system, right, humoral, and your adapted immune system, adapting to the virus, the pathogen that's in your body, a lot of inflammation is created, especially if you get a stronger bout of it, right? And so then what happens from there? The inflammation can actually weaken, degrade, and kill many of the mitochondria. They can't function as well. So why this is important is because your mitochondria provide you with energy. especially what's called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So if you're starting to all of a sudden feel exhausted from exercise, or walking up a couple flights of stairs, or just doing your normal activities, most likely it's a mitochondrial issue. Now, conventional medicine will tell you that it's a post-COVID or a long COVID or long flu-based issue. It's not, because all that is a name. It doesn't tell you the etiology or the pathophysiology of how you got to where you are right now. Most likely it is still an inflamed body with lowered levels or weakened levels of mitochondria, and your body's not able to provide you with the same energy it was before. So now you don't have the same energy in the brain, in the muscles, or in the nervous system. So your body then doesn't give you the output it once did. And what do we call that? Long COVID. We call it long flu now. But it's always just been post-viral inflammatory syndrome. And the reason why I know about this is because I suffered from it when I was 17 years old. And it lasted, unfortunately, almost a decade. Does it need to last a decade for you? No. And the reason is I didn't know how to overcome it back then. And neither did a lot of practitioners. So this is no practitioner's fault. This is going back to the mid-90s, right? So, I like to just forgive and be gentle on all the practitioners back then because we didn't really know about it. But conventional medicine refuses to start to look at underlying root causes. And instead, they just classify people and they say, oh, these people have a higher mortality risk. Yes, of course. Anybody that's completely inflamed and the mitochondria are weak are going to be more at risk for disease and mortality. That's absolutely true. But what if we were to actually look at, oh, no, these people are completely depleted or very low on vitamin D, very low on vitamin C, very low on zinc, right? Very low on glutamine, very low on their B vitamins, very low on all these nutrients that their body needs. Very low on antioxidants because they have so much oxidative stress that was created from the virus. There's no talk of that in conventional medicine. Very little, right? And it's not just about supplementation. I'm not saying that. What we actually have to look at is what's called the graduated exercise program or protocol. We teach this inside of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. What is that? Well, you literally need to build your body back. So your body went through a war zone inside of your body, legitimately. There were white blood cells killing viruses, and there was a lot of inflammation. There was a lot of tissue destruction inside your body. So what we're doing is we're following an anti-inflammatory nutrition plan. We're focusing on sleep protocols if we need to, and we're gently building back the buffer of stress in the body to help rebuild the mitochondria as well. And we're doing that by getting out there, just walking a little bit, not back to our workouts right away. We're easing then back into maybe a little bit of cardio, maybe a little bit of body weight training, just little by little to build that body back up. But you can achieve it. You absolutely can overcome it. And so what I want you to remember, though, as you start to hear about long COVID, long flu, whatever these things are, they're not new. They're repackaged. The media loves to be able to state things to scare you because then you tune in more. That's just the way that it is. So then they have more viewers. So then they sell more advertising. Like that's legitimately how all of this works. And I'm not saying that there's one news station that's better than another news station. That's not what I'm into. I do this. I do health. That's what I do. And so what I want you to know, though, is that there's always an answer. So if you know someone suffering still from long COVID, or now they're suffering from long flu, or they overcame, but they had Epstein-Barr, they had Lyme, they had whatever it is, that they very well may be suffering from a post-viral inflammatory syndrome or other bacterial issues. You can call it a post-bacterial inflammatory issue. But a lot of times with Lyme, I want to share with you is this. People are put on Doxic Cycling. And the Doxic Cycling is a very powerful, broad spectrum antibiotic that also, so it kills bacteria, right? But it also kills mitochondria, which are essentially bacteria. So we have to keep that in mind. It's about rebuilding the body. It's about starting at foundational levels, giving the body the nutrients it needs, removing those toxicities, and gently replenishing it and revitalizing it and bringing it back to life. That's how I was able to heal. I talk about that in depth in the Rain Barrel Effect. Of course, that book is now free at StephenCabral.com. You'll be able to find a free copy there. But the goal is always to be able to take one more step forward every single day towards our health. That's what I try to teach you in the Cabral concept. And this is episode 2909. So I'm going to link up a few previous podcasts here today, StephenCabral.com/2909. But remember, you can search for any topic that you would like for the past 2,900 shows at stephencabral.com/podcasts. And if you can't find the show that pertains to you, simply ask. Just join cabralsupportgroup.com. It's completely free to join. There's never any fees. And you can just ask your questions there. And we'll be able to find you the podcast, get you the answers that you're looking for. Thanks so much for being a part of this community. I thank you, I appreciate you, and I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Cabral concept. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.